seems very different from what Paimon imagined. Shouldn't Irminsul be in this realm of consciousness?
Yes, that is our destination. But I didn't expect the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata to be as polluted as this. Forbidden knowledge? It seems you know about a concept that even I don't completely understand. Your inference, forbidden knowledge once polluted the desert, then a second instance of forbidden knowledge but I'm afraid it is much more serious this—
So, if we're in the remaining
Yes. It's very possible that she sacrificed her life in the fight against forbidden knowledge. She didn't completely eradicate forbidden knowledge, the way that everyone, including me, I'm just sharing her pain. The pollution of her consciousness. Did she fight to resist the forbidden knowledge pollution in such terrible conditions? She even used her last remnant of lucid consciousness to leave a— Yes, her words were distorted by forbidden knowledge, but now we have a chance to find the answer to this mystery. We can cross the polluted consciousness until we found the right path to meet with her lucid consciousness, and then we'll let Greater Lord Rukkhadevata— Each of us need to be mindful of this. Even with the Gnosis' protection, we must always keep— Don't worry, it should be easy enough for you to keep that mind.
Are we in the air? And why is there a huge boat?
That's the boat of consciousness, which symbolizes reason here. It's—
Wow, what are these? The monsters seem to have been affected by them. You will see. Look! Four-leaf sigils have appeared in the sky!
Bitter pill to swallow.
Body and mind.
This is order.
Rain outlines your fate. The doctor will see you.
Heard it, kids? Solidify! Mind the side effects. Time for retribution! I will have order. Stabilize.
Let me lead you a burst.
Remember, health comes first. A bitter pill. Burn!
To control the boat of consciousness, we need to find the helm first.
Judging from the current route, the boat of consciousness will soon take us out of here. We'll be arriving at our destination soon. How are you feeling? Are your minds still intact?
Huh? But everything's been completely normal for Pine.
Hopefully there won't be any more interruptions.
Are you saying you've never...
No. It seems that otherwise, I think she would have given me a little more guidance.
Hey, you've done a great... So, is this the place you were talking about? The base of Irminsul?
Well, this is the place.
We're here to find Greater Lord Ruka, but the one standing over there is...
Is that... me? Are you... Greater Lord Rukadevata?
Yes, that's me. Are you surprised by my appearance? Irminsul and the surrounding lands have been reproduced here as they were years ago. But this is just a realm of consciousness. We are manifestations of the same nature. Hence why we would appear exactly the same.
We're of the same nature.
Because you are me, and I am you. You are me in the new samsara.
The new samsara?
As Greater Lord Rukadevata, I'm the avatar of Irminsul. And you are the purest branch. Now imagine it this way. Even if a tree dies, I'm merely the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukadevata. Judging from your appearance, I've probably been dead for 500 years. But you're finally here. My new self in the samsara.
If this is true, then am I...
Though we share the same nature, our fates are bound to be different. All things have their own fate. When a branch grows into a mature tree...
That's why fate is the ultimate knowledge, isn't it?
That's a great insight. Yes, very good. It's also precisely why you won't become like me.
Really?
But perhaps you may become an even greater Archon than I. I already see a determination in you that I didn't possess in my time, along with the blessings from your past experiences. Don't worry. The growth of wisdom is like that of a plant.
Come to think of it, the sages never...
Thank you. Nothing makes me happier than discovering that the Archon I always admired. It's so nice to speak with you, Greater...
The feeling is mutual.
Could you tell me why you wanted to create me?
Ah, I see. You're here seeking answers, right? Everything that day, even the sky itself, changed into a color like this. At that time, the seven were all summoned to the nation of... I had to protect. The disaster occurred together with the pollution of forbidden knowledge. At that very moment, the pain started to torment my mind. By the time I reached, had I not repelled the pollution of forbidden...
So what exactly is?
It's a kind of knowledge that doesn't belong. It came from the very bottom of the abyss. The world is constantly rejected. If we allow forbidden knowledge to...
So, there's knowledge that even...
At that time, I knew I couldn't repel the forbidden, which is why I created a device that compiled human...
It's truly the world's most amazing invention.
Thank you. Though it was selfish to do so.
Well, did it work?
Thanks to the wisdom of the people of Sumeru. But... And then, from the very beginning...
Oh no! How could that happen?
I've experienced that pain in your consciousness.
Yes, but my feelings weren't... Even if I died, my existence and everything related to me would and there's no way for me to eliminate myself. So, I took the purest branch of Irminsul as my incarnation, in the necks of all in hopes that you would come here and remove me and my pollution from Ermin's...
Wait, no.
So you realize what that implies? Ermin's soul has all... Removing me from Ermin's soul means I essentially will never have existed in this world. But this...
People love you so much, and how can we just... Is there really no other way?
You're the god of wisdom, Boer.
But this...
No need to feel so sad, Boer. As someone, these are the words in their entirety. Let the world... We all nestle under the great tree of wisdom, peering out to perceive the world. From the earth and from the rain, we perceive its wonders, until we become a white bird to perch atop a branch, and finally snap off the most important leaf. Once upon a time, I alone dreamed in this world. In my dreams, everybody would also dream after they fell asleep. Wild and wonderful thoughts would emerge from their minds. Some tumbled to the ground, and others floated to the sky, connecting all things in the world into one dazzling net. Among a plethora of worlds were numerous smaller worlds, all of fate, finding within the tapestry their brilliant glow. I gradually understood that these indescribable and constantly changing things are the most profound things in the world. Only they can completely repel the madness. Only dreams can awaken consciousness from the deepest darkness. I'm the one who posed this question, yet also the one who sought a solution. Saving the world with the dreams of the people used to be my answer. And now, you've also found your own answer, and I shall return all the dreams to the people. Goodbye, people of Sumeru. May you be blessed tonight with the sweetest of dreams.
I'm alright. I'm just a little... We've just saved the world, right? So why am I crying? I don't know where this feeling inside of me is coming from. Just now, we used the power of two gnosis to successfully connect with the Ermin soul consciousness from 500 years ago. Then, we removed the remaining pollution from Ermin soul.
Yeah, what's wrong? Weren't you there just now?
Huh? That sound... Travel...
I've been waiting here far too long. But finally I have the chance to be alone with you. All the precious time I wasted has finally paid off.
The doctor! What have you done?
Just a type of sound wave that can quickly put defenseless people into a dream. As I expected, it doesn't have any effect on gods. This is the only thing of interest I've found among the sage's research. I thought I'd take it for a little spin. Don't worry. I know you would never forgive me if I actually killed. I'm here to negotiate with you. Naturally, I won't do anything dangerous that could potentially damage our relationship.
Negotiate with me? I heard you had already left Sumeru. Why are you...
I left Sumeru, but I also stayed in Sumeru. Even the God of Wisdom is restricted by the habits of cognition. How disappointing.
You mean there are many different versions of you in this world?
An astute guess. Even the same individual will have different cognitions at different ages. A long time ago, I made a major decision in hopes of preserving all my perspectives of how I observe the world. Observation is the first step of any experiment, but observing the current world doesn't satisfy me. It lacks an important dimension, that of time. So I saved segments of all my ages and made them into independent individuals. That's all there is to it. Indulge me. How does the God of Wisdom find my method of seeking knowledge?
It's an insult to the very concept of life. Life inherently has many rules and restrictions, each with its own significance and reason to exist. They can't be broken on a whim.
Good. Amazing, even. Indeed, it's difficult for humans to make peace with themselves, not to mention oneself from a different period.
Since you're in the academia, why wait until now to show up? You could very well have stopped us and helped that fake god.
Simple. Let me ask you this. Would any staff member ever help the subject in the middle of an experiment? It was my experiment, so why should I interfere with the results?
The academia saw the plan to create a god as their ultimate goal, yet you only saw it as an ordinary experiment. You really are crazy. If the experiment succeeded, you would have had a new god on your hands. How would you have faced your own god then? Would you still take the same stance? Would you still hold the same view of yourself?
I'm first and foremost a scholar. These results should be left to the judgment of the hypothetical me confronted with that outcome. But you're right. And that's exactly why I'm disappointed with the conclusion of this experiment.
As an individual, you don't have any sense of belonging. You seem to have even fewer convictions than a typical scholar.
Oh no, I certainly have my own convictions. They just don't fit your standards, that's all. All right, that's enough conversation for today. The experiment is over, and it's time to tidy up the equipment and reclaim any useful materials. For example, the Gnosis. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you're an intelligent Archon. I'm sure you understand the disparity in our combat abilities at this time. Besides, you have no way to use that Electro-Gnosis in battle.
Didn't you say you were here to negotiate with me? Somehow, it's starting to seem like you intend to take it by force now.
I'm merely stating a fact. After all, I'm also a scholar. Naturally, I hope to show proper respect and dignity to the god of...
Your hypocrisy is built on absolute confidence. I understand your scheme, but... what if I were to destroy the Gnosis now and awaken the heavenly principles?
Awaken the heavenly principles? Do you think that's really possible?
The heavenly principles have been silent for many years, but the Gnosis are symbols of their control over Tevat and all the laws. Will the destruction of a Gnosis attract the attention of the heavenly principles? And if so, how do the Fatui plan to deal with the consequences? Do you dare to gamble such a possibility with me?
Gamble? How surprising. I thought you would show evidence or use rigorous reasoning to prove your point. The word gamble is the last thing I expected to hear from the god of wisdom. But this is a clever move. You must have seen through me when I first captured your consciousness. As a scholar, I respect all possibilities. This has always been my principle and is an essential trait as an experimenter. Indeed, I can't ignore this possibility. So tell me then.
This foreign Gnosis will only lead to disaster if it stays in Sumeru. But this Electro-Gnosis is the prize I obtained after defeating one of your fellow Harbingers. Now, as the one who initiated this cascade of events, shouldn't you pay the corresponding
Price? Interesting. What price would you have me?
How about erasing all your other segments?
So this is how you wish to restrict me, the most threatening opponent of the Nation of Wisdom. What you request of me is like plucking out the eyes I have placed in the dimension of time. Segments are extraordinarily difficult to make. They require extremely rare resources and enormous amounts of time and effort. requiring me to destroy them all here and now. Yes, how very interesting. Can I assume that you have long been wary of me? Among all the versions of me, this segment you see now is the most selfish. If it weren't me, your idea wouldn't have worked. What did you see when you were imprisoned? You were observing me, and that's how you know I've long grown tired of their doubts and endless argument.
Like you said, it's difficult to make peace with yourself. Being as smart as you are, have you managed to do that?
I see. If you think all those versions of me are worth a gnosis, then deal.
You sure didn't hesitate much. Is the relationship between all...
I don't think there's any need to dwell on that. The surplus versions of me can be exchanged for a note. Besides, with my abilities, it's only a matter of time until I find better perspectives. Perhaps it's best to say, you're just temporarily ahead. But what I'd like to know is, how can you be sure that I've really erased them?
I can see your remaining honesty.
What a ridiculous decision! You can't be serious! How could I have been so short-sighted? You think this is the end? Wait, I'll have wait! You'll make this moment count.
You will regret this.
Well, have you confirmed that it's complete?
Here, take it. The future of Sumeru City will be in my hands alone. I will shut down the Akasha and let curiosity and the thirst for knowledge drive the realm of academics once again. There won't be any further gaps for you to exploit.
It truly pains me that my academic achievements have never been appreciated in my homeland. Of course, I have another chess piece. And where is your dendronosis?
Don't be greedy, Harbinger of Snezhnaya.
No, this is a different transaction. If you intend to turn off the Akasha anyway, then there's no further use for the Gnosis of Sumeru, is there? Besides, isn't it the Archon's duty to deliver what's desired of the Seeker? Oh, judging from your expression, you don't seem to find the idea very agreeable. Then let's think of it this way. Since you're the god of wisdom, how about I exchange some knowledge with you?
People exchanging knowledge with the god of wisdom is the stuff of legends. Arrogant as that is.
Let me ask you, have you in all your mighty knowledge ever heard the rumor that the skies of Tevat are fake?
Huh?
That's the secret hidden by Irminsul concerning the truth of... Once I finish telling you about this, it will be time for me to say goodbye. With negotiations, we've all gotten what we wanted. I'm very...
Your arrogance may know no bounds, and convictions may mean nothing to you. But I'll still listen to what you have to say.
Are you awake? Kali says it's time for breakfast. Come on, get up! Good morning! How are you feeling today? Good to hear. It looks like we've recovered pretty well. Not even... Come on, Traveler!
I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me It was my idea to set the Balladeer free. We made a deal.
A deal?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all... But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down?
But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us!
As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the Balladeer.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you, considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more. The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean...
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the harbors. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that... Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection.
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding...
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to...
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you...
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit. Yes. As I told you once before, there's
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today.
You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had... It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became... The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond... So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders.
Exactly! Or what if...
I understand. But sometimes... Everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your... As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it. It's my pleasure, really.
Paimon's still worried about this idea.
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf, even though he only has a fraction of his full power left. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Prepare yourselves. I'm going...
At peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know...
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so...
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about...
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of... I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Fine. Let's call it truce.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes...
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Irminsul. Ooh, Paimon's never seen anything like this.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat. Every bit of information flowing here means pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he's...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the...
Can you still sense for...
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information.
Permission granted.
Let's go.
Hey, so...
I was just anything's pop...
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge tree!
Lesser Lord Kusan,
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive...
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tell.
The rest is up to...
Will do.
Huh. For once,
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon...
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
That's part of it. Plus,
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something.
as I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Perhaps today will be the day. Well done. Smart and attentive as... So, you made contact with that.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's...
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're...
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
If you mean the mysterious events, the kabuki mono...
Really? Because from what they were saying...
Oh? How interesting.
So the guest...
Well,
Must be a riveting. Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously. Of course.
So...
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up.
Wait!
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. Huh?
This light... It looks...
Anonymous data.
Hey! Don't you forget the agreement! You...
Shh!
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatarasuna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is...
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method. Even now, you remain one of Tatarasuna's key
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw...
So you say, Escher.
My good sir.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to... What have we gained from adopting your new technology? And recently, none of the people who went out... But that doesn't faze you.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so...
Mikoshi Nagama...
After all... Why, Mr...
Enough! I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device. I'm in charge here. And I'm
Judging from the look...
Drop the act! We're past that now. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
You're a little smarter than I thought I'd disguise. It's a law. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity.
Oh, but you're quite wrong.
Whoever you're working...
It's no trouble. If you must know,
The Fatui?
just to create a...
That's it. That's why you... gave us your cursed technology.
Look how even the righteous... My device functions. It is easy. Make no mistake.
He has...
What a
Good.
Was that... the doctor? But... why did we...
when I touch the...
Maybe so. But
Does it? But this memory... You know very well what that means.
Let's give him some space.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident.
Nobody has. So now you have. It was all horrific. Of all the. After the event, the load was far. The mechanic removed the balladeer. He fought Niwa.
Holy
Yes.
Tori, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? It won't.
Hey, are you...
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You...
Huh?
The reason why there are... Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time. I don't know the Did you get all?
Yes.
Does this info count towards my mission?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time.
Huh?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No. So tell me. Done.
Huh? What the? What happened?
Nothing. I was just thanking him for... So long. I suggest you get your...
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go back?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this one.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we... Oh, no.
Oh,
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer. What happened just...
It was the Balladeer's fault.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated?
Where the heck did he...
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here. We're running out of time. Found a family of foxes. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the human. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken... The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. Never again would how it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world.
Hey! Hey, what?
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last two fresh... Look, if you're gonna...
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you...
You're welcome.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who's... You don't want money.
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later.
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay...
In my opinion, Shoots is the best stall in the whole bazaar.
Rev the engines! Stand with me!
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the ballad... Oh,
This should be enough. Guess I should Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with? You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. No, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely...
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important. Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy?
Yes, I ran into him out in the woods.
That's... oddly...
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with...
Then let's return...
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you...
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me.
I was just about to pay you anyway.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so... But look, it was pouring down. Imagine you were me for a sec. But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly.
But I don't... No. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the...
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you...
Thank you. All right, done. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself.
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a... But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it...
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation? Oh, okay. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Look, if it's that difficult to talk about, but I'll be able to handle it.
Is truth something you care a lot?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be... You nearly died because of what other people did. And many died because of you. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of your...
I gave everything I had.
In terms of the outcome...
I don't think I can judge everything. Each choice a person makes...
That is the nature of truth.
It seems like my previous incarnation...
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but...
If we were enemies, what...
This is so fresh! He's got so much to...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom...
Yes, it's...
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience...
Even though it will cause your
I'm just a puppet.
Very well.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him?
Don't worry. Whatever...
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using These memories will show you...
Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me.
We never give up halfway.
All right.
Wanderer.
Is that because...
You...
I hear
This place... No, there's...
This man...
And the rest is...
In the original...
Let me...
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as the but Kat...
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
What are we doing back here? Whoa.
How was the band?
Okay. I heard my mom. He kept.
But you can't.
Yup.
What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
It's bad!
Get with me!
Swift and merciful!
Burn it down!
This moment will be frozen in time.
Dodge this! Let's end this quickly! I guess this is it. Well met.
Freeze!
Put your back into it!
Terrified! Our bond is strong!
From whence you came, forth my blade!
Light it up!
No excuse for shocking you! You can't run!
Frostbite!
Cool it! Your killjoy will only just be
What's the hurt?
You can't run!
Burn it down!
Well,
One with my blade! Freeze!
miscalculated.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. In the original version of events, such a creepy atmosphere. Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow.
What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more...
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you...
Save your breath.
I'm sure you think so, but...
Surely you're not...
I just can't have you getting in my way.
I'm merely lighting a little fun. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Goka... Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours... By then, see you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? Forget it.
The plot does not...
Yes.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right? Witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties. Swift and merciful, from whence you came!
Lightning terrified!
Freeze! Oh, so sorry.
This body belongs.
There you are. Burn it down! Our bond is strong!
Forth, my blade! Dodge this! What's the hurry? Frostbite.
Light it up!
Submit for judgment.
I'll settle this! Dissipate!
Cool it!
Over here!
Freeze!
You really know how to get me.
The end of our legacy.
Stand with me!
A touch of frost.
Let me amuse myself.
Oh, so soft.
Don't get your luck.
Just once more.
Alas, after that,
That was gracefully worded.
I suggest you speak to me in a...
The doctor again?
That person gives off a very cynical...
It's normal for him to keep...
Let's move on.
You're a god.
If you accept that he is you,
In your eyes,
do you think there are any differences between whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm?
I've seen enough of my past. No matter the consequences, I won't... Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But one...
I've always believed that human lives follow. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same...
Regaining your memories means reverting completely. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. But then I met you, and I finally realized that I've always felt I have an innate tendency, so I beg you, grant me this opportunity.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, you have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright? No way!
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end. This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Have you got any more stupid questions? People, you! The wind rises. Search for it. Behold! At my command, you shall fall! That's far enough! Insignificant past! Feeble human! My endless cycle begins! Follow me. Too slow. Too slow. Feeble human! Cry louder! The wind rises. Insignificant past! Imbecile!
It disappeared.
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to... Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be...
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. You sound like you're... But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least...
The memory recovery seems to have been a success.
Come on. Let's continue.
Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so...
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world... Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul.
Yes.
Why would you go to such lengths?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of... But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past.
Very clever.
I guess you could say...
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me... Oh, right. I almost forgot. You're the good guy. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best...
I'm glad you're able... Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happens before and after that point? I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma? So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing but... Some things in this world can never be brought back. And they can never be changed. Which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting. And whatever is missing in you will not... To be human is to live with imperfections.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they?
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Pineapple!
Why?
Because
Then I hope we don't see much of each other.
A name is life's first gift. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on it...
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a serious...
Have you got anything? Are you sure? Oh, alright.
There! Now you have a name.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet? Take your time. I don't need to see you again until everyone who manipulated me and...
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. I don't plan to leave Sumeru, even though the events have been erased from the world.
I see.
Huh? But...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if... No nonsense. Alright, goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone!
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, so we can finally go...
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to...
I've got it! I can end my novel with... You mean... Yeah!